There's a unique comfort in seeing a seasoned, silver-haired captain at the controls as we board a plane. It's more than just a familiar image, it's a symbol of assurance, a quiet promise that we're in capable hands. The sight of a veteran pilot, with years etched into every line on their face, instantly puts many passengers at ease, even before the plane leaves the ground. That glimpse into the cockpit, the calm focus, the gray at the temples, it reassures us. We sense a lifetime of stories behind those eyes, a depth of knowledge that only comes from decades spent navigating the skies. Their steady hands and composed demeanor signal that, no matter what happens, they've likely seen it before and know exactly what to do. We trust experience. The pilot who's weathered storms, handled emergencies, and made thousands of landings. These are the captains who have guided planes through turbulence, responded to unexpected alarms, and made split-second decisions that kept everyone safe. Their logbooks are filled with stories of challenges overcome, and their confidence is built on a foundation of real-world problem-solving. This trust isn't just intuition, it's a pillar of aviation safety culture. Airlines invest heavily in training, but there's no substitute for the wisdom that comes from years of flying. The presence of a senior captain is a living testament to the value of experience in an industry where safety is paramount. Veteran captains are mentors, leaders, and the embodiment of reliability in the cockpit. They pass on their knowledge to the next generation, teaching not just procedures but the subtle art of judgment and calm under pressure. Their influence shapes the culture of entire flight crews, fostering teamwork and confidence. Their judgment, honed over decades, is irreplaceable when the unexpected happens. In moments of crisis, it's often the seasoned captain who finds solutions others might miss, drawing on a mental library of past experiences. Their ability to remain composed and decisive can make all the difference when seconds count. But what happens when these trusted professionals are required to retire? For many, the end of a career in the cockpit comes not because their skills have faded, but because of a number on a calendar. The transition is bittersweet, not just for the pilots but for the passengers and colleagues who have come to rely on their expertise. The industry now faces a pivotal debate. Should the mandatory retirement age be raised from 65 to 67? As airlines grapple with pilot shortages and an ever-growing demand for air travel, the question of how long to keep experienced captains in the cockpit has never been more urgent. It's a decision that will impact not just airlines, but the entire flying public. On one side, there's the comfort of experience. On the other, concerns about health, safety, and the future of aviation. Supporters of raising the age argue that modern pilots are healthier and better trained than ever before, while critics worry about the risks of age-related decline and the need to make room for younger talent. The image of the veteran pilot is being weighed against operational needs and age-related risks. Airlines must balance the value of experience with the realities of medical fitness and the importance of succession planning. It's a complex equation, with no easy answers. The answer could reshape the skies for years to come. As the debate continues, one thing remains clear. The legacy of the silver-haired captain is woven into the very fabric of aviation, reminding us all of the enduring power of experience, trust, and leadership at 35,000 feet. The International Air Transport Association, or IATA, is a powerful global body representing nearly 350 airlines, which together account for over 80% of the world's air traffic. As the aviation industry faces mounting challenges, IATA is stepping forward with a bold proposal that could reshape the future of airline staffing and pilot careers. The organization is advocating to raise the mandatory retirement age for commercial airline pilots from 65 to 67. This move comes as airlines worldwide grapple with a growing shortage of experienced pilots, driven by increased travel demand and a wave of retirements. IATA's proposal is set to be debated at the upcoming ICAO General Assembly, where international aviation standards are shaped. A crucial part of the plan is a built-in safeguard. If a captain is over 65, the co-pilot must be under 65. This ensures that every flight crew maintains a balance of experience and physical fitness. This over-under rule is designed to address concerns about age-related health risks. By pairing a senior pilot with a younger colleague, airlines hope to minimize the chance of simultaneous medical emergencies in the cockpit, while still benefiting from the wisdom and expertise of veteran aviators. If the ICAO gives the green light, thousands of seasoned pilots could extend their flying careers by 2 more years. This would provide immediate relief for airlines struggling to fill cockpits, especially as global travel rebounds and new pilot training can't keep pace with demand. However, the change would have far-reaching effects. It would impact staffing levels, delay promotions for younger pilots, and require updates to union contracts and airline policies. Negotiations between airlines, pilot unions, and regulators would be inevitable. For airlines, raising the retirement age is seen as a practical, short-term solution to a pressing problem. It buys time to recruit and train the next generation of pilots, but it's not a permanent fix. For aspiring and junior pilots, the proposal could mean a longer wait for coveted captain positions and career advancement, as senior pilots remain in the cockpit for additional years. Ultimately, IATA's push to raise the pilot retirement age is about more than just a number. It represents a complex shift that will ripple through the entire aviation industry, affecting pilots, airlines, passengers, and the future of air travel itself. The push to raise the retirement age is a direct response to a global pilot shortage. This shortage has been building for years, but recent events have accelerated the crisis. COVID-19 led to early retirements, and now, with travel demand surging, airlines are scrambling for qualified captains. The pandemic forced many experienced pilots to retire early, and the industry is struggling to replace them quickly enough. With the skies reopening and passengers eager to travel, the demand for flights has skyrocketed. Airlines are finding it difficult to keep up with this surge, leading to a frantic search for experienced pilots. Boeing projects a need for over 600,000 new pilots by 2042. This staggering number highlights the scale of the challenge facing the aviation industry. Training new pilots is a lengthy and expensive process, requiring years of education and hands-on experience. Training new pilots takes years, so keeping experienced ones longer is a practical stopgap. Extending the retirement age could provide a temporary solution while new pilots are being trained. Without enough pilots, airlines cancel flights, ground planes, and disrupt economies. The ripple effects of these cancellations are felt across the globe, affecting not just travelers but also businesses and local economies. Retaining senior captains for 2 more years could stabilize operations and buy time for training. This measure could help airlines maintain their schedules and avoid the chaos of widespread cancellations. The proposal is framed as a necessity to keep planes flying and economies moving. It's a stopgap measure aimed at bridging the gap until a new generation of pilots is ready to take the helm. It's not just about age, it's about meeting unprecedented demand with limited resources. The aviation industry is at a crossroads, and finding the right balance is crucial for its future. The debate is about how to maintain safety and reliability in a turbulent industry. Ensuring that the skies remain safe while meeting the growing demand for air travel is a complex challenge that requires innovative solutions. The current debate echoes a similar one from less than 20 years ago. For decades, pilots had to retire at 60, based on outdated medical assumptions. Advances in health and medicine led to calls for change, arguing that age alone shouldn't determine fitness to fly. In 2006, ICAO raised the limit to 65, with the condition that one pilot must be under 60. The transition was smooth, and studies showed no increase in safety incidents. Proponents of raising the age again point to this precedent. Lifespans are longer, and medical screening is better. But critics warn that each new extension needs its own rigorous justification. Past success doesn't guarantee future safety. Airlines argue that experience is irreplaceable. Veteran pilots bring judgment and calm to the cockpit. Forcing retirement at 65, they say, wastes valuable talent, especially during a pilot shortage. Some countries already rely on medical exams, not age, to determine fitness. IATA notes that major medical risks are more common in younger pilots, not older ones. Extending careers helps airlines maintain schedules and allows senior pilots to mentor the next generation. The under 65 co-pilot rule is seen as a sensible safety net. Supporters believe this compromise keeps the skies safe while addressing urgent staffing needs. Pilot unions are pushing back hard, prioritizing safety above all else. They argue there's no solid scientific evidence that pilots can safely fly up to 67. The move from 60 to 65 was backed by studies. This new extension isn't. Unions cite rising health issues among older pilots and question if current screenings catch subtle declines. They warn that economic pressures shouldn't override safety, and the current system has produced the safest era in aviation. For unions, the risk of sudden medical events in older pilots is too great. They see the proposal as a dangerous shortcut for poor workforce planning. The science of aging is complex, and no two pilots age the same way. Proponents trust modern medical exams to catch problems, but opponents worry about subtle cognitive decline that tests might miss. There's a glaring lack of data on pilots over 65, making it hard to assess real risks. Unions want comprehensive studies before any rule change, not after. IATA suggests collecting global health data, but critics say the experiment shouldn't start in the cockpit. Fatigue and long-haul stress may hit older pilots harder, raising more questions. Without clear answers, regulators must weigh experience against unknown risks. The debate is as much about what we don't know as what we do. Around the world, retirement rules vary widely. Some countries like Canada and Australia have no upper age limit. Pilots fly as long as they pass medical and competency checks. Supporters of raising the age point to these nations, noting no spike in safety incidents. Others, like India, have recently raised their limits to 65 to address shortages. This patchwork creates challenges for international airlines and highlights the need for global standards. Proponents say flexible, health-based systems work. Critics argue that what's safe in smaller markets may not scale to the busiest skies. The ICAO proposal aims to harmonize rules, but the debate over what's safest continues. The world's approach to pilot retirement is anything but uniform. As the ICAO assembly approaches, the industry faces a defining choice. Approving the age extension would ease the pilot shortage and stabilize operations, but over union objections and without long-term safety data. Rejecting it would reaffirm a safety-first culture but leave airlines scrambling for solutions. Passengers could see more cancellations and reduced connectivity. The decision is a delicate balance: experience versus unquantified risk, safety record versus operational chaos. Both sides have valid concerns, and the stakes are high. The future of global air travel, and the pilots who guide it, hangs in the balance.